My beloved child. You did not arrive at this moment by accident, and you did not click on this message out of curiosity alone. There is a quiet pull inside you that has been guiding you here for longer than you realize. You have felt it in late nights when your heart felt heavy without a clear reason. You have felt it in crowded places where you smiled, yet something inside you whispered that someone important was still missing. This is not loneliness. This is preparation. Right now, something is aligning behind the scenes, something precise and rare, something that does not happen twice in the same way. The love of your life is not wandering randomly through the world. That meeting point is already chosen. It is marked. It is protected. And what will shock you is this. You have already been moving closer to that place without knowing it. Every delay you faced, every plan that failed, every sudden change of route was not loss. It was redirection. There is a specific space where your story will change tone forever, and when you finally step there, your heart will recognize it before your mind does. This is why you must listen carefully now. Because once you understand where this meeting happens, you will never see your daily life the same way again. Listen closely to this truth. The place where you will meet the love of your life is not glamorous in the way movies show. It is not staged. It is not dramatic. It is ordinary on the surface, yet sacred underneath. That is why most people miss it. They expect fireworks, but destiny prefers whispers. The shock is this. The place is connected to a moment when you are not searching for love at all. You are focused on something else. A task. A responsibility. A pause. A transition. It is a place tied to growth, not romance. This could be a location where you are learning, waiting, helping, or healing. And here is the revelation that changes everything. This meeting happens when your guard is down, when your heart is tired of pretending, when you are finally honest with yourself. That honesty becomes a signal. It draws the right soul toward you like gravity. This is why forced relationships never last. This one arrives when you stop forcing. When you walk into that place, you will feel slightly out of place yourself. That discomfort is the doorway. Stay with this message, because what I am about to reveal next explains why your past connections failed and why this next one will not. Understand this deeply. The love of your life will not recognize you by your appearance first. They will recognize you by your silence. By the way you listen. By the way you respond when something small goes wrong. This is why the meeting place matters so much. It is a place that exposes character, not charm. A place where masks fall naturally. Many people pass through that same space, yet only two notice each other. You and them. The shock is not that you meet. The shock is how natural it feels, as if the conversation started years ago and was only paused. Time behaves strangely there. Minutes stretch. Noise fades. Even if others are around, it will feel private. This is not coincidence. This is recognition. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth. If you rush through that place, distracted and impatient, the moment delays itself. Not disappears, but delays. That is why this message reached you now. You are being asked to slow down in certain spaces of your life. To be present in moments you usually rush. Because one of those moments holds the meeting you have been waiting for, even when you said you were fine alone. Now here's something most people never hear. The place where you meet the love of your life is connected to a decision you almost avoided. A day you nearly said no. A plan you considered canceling. That hesitation was not random. It was your intuition testing your courage. The meeting happens on the other side of that small brave choice. Not a huge leap. Just a simple yes when comfort says no. This could be accepting an invitation, taking a different route, showing up even when you feel low, or staying a few minutes longer when you usually leave early. Destiny hides in small extensions of time. That is why this love feels earned. Because it meets you after effort, not before. And when it happens, you will not question its authenticity. There will be no confusion, no mixed signals, no constant guessing. Calm replaces chaos. Clarity replaces anxiety. The place itself becomes unforgettable, not because of how it looks, but because of who stands there with you. Even years later, that location will hold weight in your memory. You will remember the air, the light, the exact feeling in your chest. That is how you know this message is true. Finally, hold this close to your heart. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. The place where you will meet the love of your life is being prepared in the same way you are being prepared. Quietly. Patiently. Precisely. Do not envy others' timelines, because their meeting place is different from yours. Yours requires depth. Yours requires maturity. Yours requires a heart that has been broken enough to value gentleness. When the moment comes, there will be no dramatic announcement. No sign in the sky. Just a simple interaction that feels unusually important. That is the sign. Stay open. Stay present. Stay human. Because the place is closer than you think, and the meeting is nearer than your fears suggest. This is only the beginning. There is something you must understand now, something that changes the way you look at every place you enter. The meeting you are waiting for is not loud, and it does not announce itself in advance. It waits for the exact second when you are emotionally aligned, not desperate, not guarded, just real. This is why timing matters more than location. The place itself responds to your inner state. When you walk into it carrying calm instead of questions, the connection activates. This is shocking, but true. Many people reach the same physical location and nothing happens. You reach it, and everything changes. Because you are different now. The place recognizes readiness. That is why your life recently pushed you through silence, distance, and self-reflection. It was not punishment. It was calibration. Something rare cannot meet a distracted heart. Pay attention to this revelation. The place where you meet the love of your life carries a lesson before it carries a person. You arrive there learning something about yourself. Maybe patience. Maybe courage. Maybe acceptance. That lesson opens the door. The connection enters only after the lesson lands. This is why unfinished inner work delays love. Not to hurt you, but to protect the bond that is coming. The love meant for you does not survive confusion. It requires clarity. And clarity is born in moments when you choose truth over comfort. When you stand in that place, you will feel grounded, not nervous. Excited, but not desperate. The shock will be how safe it feels. As if your nervous system finally exhales. That safety is the signal. That is how you know you are exactly where you are meant to be. Here is what makes this once in a lifetime. The person you meet there is also arriving after a long internal journey. You are not chasing each other. You are arriving independently at the same point of growth. That is why there is no power struggle. No emotional games. No confusion. The place becomes neutral ground where two complete stories cross paths. This is why the bond forms quickly but deeply. You will notice something subtle. Conversation flows without effort. Silence feels comfortable, not awkward. You do not feel the need to impress. You feel the urge to be honest. That urge is rare. That urge is destiny speaking quietly. And the place holds that frequency only for a short window. Miss the presence, and the moment stretches into the future. Not gone. Just postponed. Let this sink in. The place where you meet the love of your life is connected to service, growth, or transition. Not escape. Not distraction. You are there for a reason that has nothing to do with romance. That is why the meeting feels pure. Love meets you while you are becoming, not hiding. This is the kind of love that strengthens purpose instead of replacing it. When you leave that place after the meeting, you will not feel drained. You will feel energized. Focused. Calm. Even if nothing dramatic happens immediately, your intuition will whisper that something permanent has begun. That whisper is more powerful than excitement. It carries certainty. And certainty is the foundation of lasting connection. Remember this as you move forward. Be fully present in ordinary moments. Show up when it feels inconvenient. Stay a little longer when you feel the urge to rush. Speak honestly when silence feels easier. These small actions guide you closer to the place without you realizing it. The love meant for you does not arrive through force. It arrives through alignment. And alignment is happening right now. This message is not here to entertain you. It is here to prepare you. Because the place is approaching, and when you step into it, your life will quietly divide into two chapters. Before that meeting. And everything after. There is a reason your heart has become quieter lately, even when your life feels loud. That silence is not emptiness. It is space being created. The place where you will meet the love of your life requires inner room, not noise. This is why distractions are slowly losing their grip on you. What once excited you now feels shallow. What once hurt you now feels distant. This is not loss of emotion. This is refinement. The shock is this. The moment you stop craving validation, the meeting point moves closer. That place responds to self-respect. It reveals itself only when you no longer beg life to prove your worth. You walk into it grounded, not searching, and that is when recognition happens naturally. The love of your life does not need to be chased. It needs to be allowed. Here is something very few people are told. The place where you meet this person will test your authenticity within seconds. Not through words, but through energy. You will feel an inner question arise without language. Can I be myself here? And when the answer is yes, the connection locks in. That is why this place feels emotionally safe before it feels romantic. You are not performing. You are present. This is the difference between destiny and attraction. Attraction pulls. Destiny settles. And that settling feeling will surprise you because it does not feel overwhelming. It feels steady. Powerful in its calm. This is how you know it is real. Chaos never builds something lasting. Understand this carefully. The place itself is neutral, but your state of mind transforms it. You may have passed this place before and nothing happened. That does not mean you missed your chance. It means the timing was protecting you. You were not ready to recognize what was standing in front of you. Readiness is not about perfection. It is about honesty. When you finally reach that place with an honest heart, even a brief interaction leaves a permanent mark. You will replay it later, not with obsession, but with clarity. Something will click. You will realize that no previous connection prepared you for this level of ease. That realization is the doorway opening wider. There is another truth you must hear. The meeting does not complete you. It confirms you. You will not feel saved. You will feel seen. That distinction matters. The place where this happens is connected to your self-worth, not your wounds. That is why healing had to come first. The love of your life meets you as an equal, not a rescue. When you walk away from that place, your posture changes. Your thoughts slow down. Your expectations soften. Even if you do not label it immediately, your nervous system knows. Something stable has entered your timeline. And stability, for a heart that has known confusion, feels like a miracle. Carry this awareness with you now. Pay attention to places where you feel calm without explanation. Where your breathing deepens. Where time feels gentle instead of rushed. Those are signals. You are circling closer. Do not force meaning onto every encounter. Let resonance speak for itself. The place will reveal the person when both are aligned. And when it does, it will not feel like fate shouting. It will feel like truth standing quietly in front of you, waiting for you to notice. There is a shift happening in how you perceive people, and it is not random. You are no longer impressed by surface charm or loud confidence. Something deeper has started guiding your attention. That shift is essential, because the place where you meet the love of your life filters out illusions. It does not allow masks to survive for long. In that space, authenticity feels heavier than performance. This is why recent interactions may have felt disappointing. They were not failures. They were contrasts. They were teaching you what peace does not feel like, so you can recognize it instantly when it arrives. The shock is this. When you finally stand in the right place, you will not feel the urge to analyze the person in front of you. You will feel an unusual sense of familiarity, as if your nervous system already knows their rhythm. That familiarity is not from the past. It is from alignment. Listen carefully now. The place where you meet the love of your life carries an emotional temperature that is different from excitement. It is warm, not burning. Steady, not explosive. This is why many people overlook it. They confuse intensity with importance. But destiny does not shout. It stays. When you enter this place, your body reacts before your thoughts do. Your shoulders relax. Your voice softens. You are not trying to be interesting. You are simply there. That presence invites the connection to deepen without force. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime detail. You will not feel rushed. Even if time is limited, the moment feels complete. That completeness is rare. It signals something meant to continue beyond that space. There is another layer you must understand. The place where this meeting happens also mirrors your values. It reflects who you have become, not who you were trying to be. That is why the connection feels respectful from the beginning. Boundaries are natural. Communication is clean. There is no need to test or provoke. The person you meet is drawn to your calm, not your struggle. And you are drawn to their consistency, not their mystery. This mutual recognition creates trust quickly, without pressure. The place becomes a quiet witness to something being built, not something being consumed. That difference defines everything that follows. Here is the truth that surprises most people. After the meeting, life does not suddenly become perfect. Challenges remain. Responsibilities continue. But your relationship with uncertainty changes. You stop fearing the future because you are no longer walking alone emotionally. Even before words are spoken, a sense of partnership forms. That sense begins in the place itself. You leave it carrying a subtle confidence, not excitement. Confidence that whatever unfolds next can be faced together. That is the mark of real love. It strengthens your spine instead of stealing your focus. Hold on to this awareness. Do not chase signs or symbols. Chase presence. Be fully where you are when you are there. The place will not reveal itself to a rushing mind. It opens to those who are willing to arrive as they are. And when you do, the love of your life will not feel like a surprise. It will feel like a long-awaited truth finally catching up with you. Something irreversible begins the moment you stop questioning whether you deserve a love that feels calm. That inner decision changes the map of your life. The place where you meet the love of your life responds to that decision instantly. It moves closer when doubt moves away. This is not poetry. This is alignment. The shock is this. Many people delay this meeting for years, not because the place is far, but because they keep negotiating their worth. You are no longer doing that. That is why certain doors feel heavier now. Certain conversations feel pointless. Your energy is reorganizing itself. And when that happens, destiny does not rush. It becomes precise. Understand this carefully. The place itself will not look dramatic, but the moment will feel unusually clear. There will be no confusion about intentions, no guessing games, no emotional fog. That clarity may feel unfamiliar at first, because chaos trained you to mistake uncertainty for depth. But depth feels different. Depth feels stable. When you stand in that place and interact with that person, you will notice something subtle but powerful. You do not feel the need to protect yourself. You feel respected without asking for it. That respect is the foundation. Without it, nothing lasts. With it, everything grows. Here is the revelation most people never hear. The place where you meet the love of your life is connected to a version of you that no longer chases approval. You show up as you are, not as who you think you should be. That authenticity acts like a signal flare. It cuts through noise. It attracts only what matches it. This is why the connection feels clean from the start. No emotional debt. No unfinished business from the past leaking in. The past loses its grip because it no longer fits who you are in that space. And that mismatch is permanent. Notice what happens after you leave that place. Your mind becomes quieter, not louder. You replay the interaction, not with obsession, but with a sense of confirmation. Something aligns internally. Even if nothing is labeled yet, even if nothing is promised, your intuition settles. That settlement is rare. It means your future no longer feels uncertain in the same way. The love of your life does not create urgency. It creates direction. That direction begins the moment you recognize peace as a sign, not boredom. Carry this final truth with you. The meeting does not change you overnight. It reveals who you already became. The place does not give you love. It reflects it back to you. Stay present. Stay honest. Stay patient. Because when the moment arrives, it will not feel like destiny chasing you. It will feel like two paths finally crossing at the exact point they were always meant to. There is a moment coming when you will realize that waiting was not wasted time. It was refinement. The place where you meet the love of your life does not reward impatience. It rewards readiness. That readiness is now visible in how you respond to life. You no longer cling. You observe. You no longer rush to fill silence. You respect it. This shift is subtle, but powerful. The shock is this. The meeting happens when you finally feel complete enough to walk away from anything that does not honor you. That inner strength becomes the final signal. When you step into that place, you are not hoping anymore. You are open. And openness is magnetic. Pay attention to this carefully. The place will challenge you in a quiet way. Not by conflict, but by clarity. You will be faced with a choice to be honest instead of impressive. Vulnerable instead of polished. When you choose truth, something clicks. The connection deepens without effort. You will feel understood without explaining too much. That ease is rare. It does not come from similarity alone. It comes from alignment. This is how you know the meeting is real. It does not drain you. It grounds you. You leave the interaction feeling more like yourself, not less. Here is the truth that changes perspective forever. The love of your life is not meant to distract you from your purpose. They are meant to walk beside it. That is why the place of meeting is connected to your direction, not your escape. You are stepping into growth, not hiding from life. This love supports who you are becoming. It does not compete with it. When you recognize this, fear dissolves. You stop asking whether it will last. You start noticing how naturally it fits. That fit is the miracle people rarely talk about. Notice the emotional aftertaste of the meeting. It is not obsession. It is calm anticipation. You do not lose focus. You gain it. Even uncertainty feels manageable. That is because something inside you now feels accompanied. Not controlled. Not consumed. Accompanied. The place holds that energy, and once you experience it, you cannot unfeel it. That is why your standards rise quietly after. You no longer accept chaos disguised as passion. You choose peace with depth. Remember this as you move forward. The meeting is not the climax. It is the confirmation. The place does not change your life instantly. It changes how you walk through it. With steadiness. With trust. With quiet confidence. And when you look back one day, you will realize that everything before that place was preparation, and everything after it was built on truth.